Hey everybody, welcome to Post to Post. My name is Neil. Thank you for joining me today. There was no video yesterday. I still wasn't feeling that great. Still not feeling that great. The Seattle Kraken video that you saw just a couple of days ago, I actually filmed that like last week, and that's why I did not sound sick in that video. But I don't have COVID. I was rapid tested. I'm good, but still a little bit under the weather. So I apologize if I sound a little hoarse. But in this video, we're going to look at the Seattle Kraken arena. I have looked at these photos already. This isn't going to be a reaction video. I've watched games on TV of games being played in the arena itself. Amazing arena, but I wanted to kind of just go through some photos and share for the people that haven't seen it yet, because I know a lot of people are interested in the Seattle Kraken and maybe haven't got the chance to watch a game on TV yet or look at any of the photos. So I wanted to make this video and hopefully kind of enlighten some people, and because I think it deserves exposure. This is a really cool arena. So let's bring up the first photo that I have here. And it's just going to be, it's kind of like the entrance or walkway where the players come in. And I just wanted to show it because on the right-hand side, they have this, I can't even describe it. It almost looks like shades and like a window blind or something, but in the opposite way. Like it's sideways. So I think as you walk past it, I think your perspective of what's on it would technically change. And if you're at the right angle, which I think is pretty much the angle that we're looking, you get the full perspective or the view of what's going on, which is kind of it's a neat thing. It's the Kraken underneath water for the most part of what I can tell. So I just thought that was just a really insignificant thing in an arena, but the fact that they took the time and they had the creativity to kind of do that and make things a little bit different there, that's pretty cool. So shout out to the Seattle Kraken for that. Moving on to the next one, and by the way, these photos were all taken from the Seattle Kraken Twitter, so if you guys want to go see more of the arena, you can go check out their Twitter. I will link it down below in the description. But in this photo, you can see kind of where they come out of the locker room and start to come down the path to the actual ice surface itself. So you can see the big giant logo in the background there on the wall, and the coolest thing about it is that it's backlit, and then it's actually like not front lit, but internally lit, where the front part of the logo here is probably just a frosted piece of plastic, so you get the light shining through and the deep red coming out of the eye. But it's also backlit, as you can see the glow from around there. So just an amazing logo on a wall. I love the fact that it's so modern and bright. That's really cool. Moving on to the third one. So this is kind of further down the hallway, I think right before they get onto the ice. And this is like a room of mirrors in some kind of like carnival or circus or whatnot. It's very strange, but it is amazing at the same time. So a really, really cool, again, insignificant part of an arena, and has it's not going to help them win. It's not going to help them score more goals, but it's just a cool experience for the players to go through. It's a cool experience for fans if they ever get a chance to have an arena tour. I'm not sure if the Climate Pledge Arena is doing fan tours or anything like that yet, but hopefully they do. And by the way, for the record, if you're new, I am not from Seattle. I've never been to the arena. I live in Atlantic, Canada, literally the opposite side of the continent, but I would love to go sometime soon. Probably not anytime soon, though, because of the COVID restrictions and travel restrictions, but maybe next year or the year after. Let's move on to the next one. So I wanted to show this because this is the actual first concept that we got of the inside of the arena itself. And the first thing you notice, or at least the first thing that I noticed, is these two giant, oddly shaped score clocks. This could be a first in the modern NHL days. I'm sure maybe some old arenas back in the day or something use a dual system of different score clocks at each end, but this is absolutely unique as far as I know, in the modern age here, where you've got not only two score clocks at each end, or one at each end rather, but two oddly shaped ones, and they almost look like the front of a boat, just like cutting through the water. So they're unique, which is awesome, but they're also like it kind of goes with the brand as well, which is just another added bonus. The rest of the arena, it kind of looks like a general arena. Now the back wall is really cool. You can see some glass out there. It looks like you're going to be able to see outside, which will either confirm or deny in the next photo. But the ceiling's really cool as well. They have these hanging, like, I don't think it's paper. It's probably like some kind of foam core board or something to reduce the echo and whatnot. But it's all colorized in like a really light beige or a brown or something. So it just kind of like lights the ceiling up a little bit. So now that we've looked at the concept, and by the way, I just have to mention the players on the ice, they make zero sense. Look at the goalie at the end wearing the dark jersey, and then look at the position of the players of the dark jerseys in the middle of the ice. If they're defending, they're doing a terrible job because there's almost 3 opposing white players behind the defensive line. So just wanted to point that out there. That makes no sense. Moving on to the actual photo of the arena, the real one. So we can notice some changes, we can notice some things that are right from the concept, so let's kind of point them out a little bit. We got to start with the score clocks. They are pretty much identical. Now the ones in the concept, they weren't lit up with stuff on the screen or whatnot, but the shape is literally almost identical, other than I think the font that's above there, like the Climate Pledge Arena. I think that was the only thing that was added really. And it's just such a cool score clock because regardless of where you sit in the arena, I think you'd have an okay view, even at this specific angle, or even if you're just to the right, where you'd get the corner, so your perspective would be a little bit weird on the left and the closest one, and a little bit weird on the right on the closest one. So you get this like corner angle. If you just look to your right, just down a little bit, you're almost at the exact right angle for the other one. Now, granted, it's far away, but still, at least it's there. At least, regardless of where you sit on the or in the arena, rather, you're going to have a pretty good view of the score clock, even if you're down below, right on the glass line or the ice line, because they're angled like this at the ends. It's so easy to kind of look up and see. So they did a wonderful job on these score clocks. Just the fact that they're unique, regardless of if the angles were proper or not, just the fact that they are unique is really cool. Now, I will say that if you look off to the right, I'm going to zoom in on my screen and I'll digitally zoom in for you guys as well. But you can see windows in the background. It's hard to see because it's night outside, but if you can see the buildings in the background and some stuff outside, so yeah, you can see outside. There is glass there. They did get that right. It doesn't look identical, but it looks very similar. So the biggest thing I noticed that was different than the concept was the ceiling. If I look really close, I can see, those things hanging down, and it kind of looks similar to the concept, but there's definitely not as many of them, and the ceiling doesn't feel as bright as it did in the concept. I was really expecting just kind of like more of a light top. So when the light shine down on the ice and the ice reflects it up onto the ceiling, it just, that white or that light kind of just like acts as a bit of a softbox and just captures the light and kind of reflects it back down again. But it's quite dark up there. Now I do want to move on to another photo, which is going to be the last one. And this is with more lights on the ice, and you can see the reflection of the lights coming down on the ice and then bouncing back off the ice up top, and then the light is being captured up there. So that was kind of a bad photo, the previous one. This one kind of shows it, but I couldn't find a better photo than this that showed a better view of what's going on up there. So if anyone has one, please send it along to me on Twitter. I'm at Post to Post Show. I would love to see the arena in more fullness and more angles and stuff, because like I said, I'm likely not going to go there anytime soon, not because I don't want to, but because I literally can't because of COVID restrictions and also money. So that's unfortunately an impossibility for me, but I just wanted to show a couple of photos here of the arena and walk you through in case you haven't seen it before. If you haven't seen a game, or if you haven't watched a game on TV of the Seattle Kraken yet in their arena, a home game, I really encourage you to do it, because they have a really cool, not only arena like we talked about, but their fans as well. Just to see their fans interact with the team for the first time is a really cool experience. So please go check out a Seattle Kraken home game the next time they play if you can. And if you can't, I understand it. Listen, I live in Atlantic Canada, where I'm 4 hours ahead time zone wise than Seattle. So I understand if there's a late game, you're probably not watching it because it's likely starting around midnight or 11 p.m. or something. So I get you. But anyways, if you can, please catch a game. So thanks for watching, guys. If you haven't seen me unbox the Seattle Kraken jerseys, I got the away back there, I got the home here. They're both stitched. I released that video a couple of days ago. Go on the channel, check it out. If you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. If you did like this video, hit the like button, and I'll talk to you guys very soon. Adios.